too late to make a Christmas video, but not late enough to make a video completely unrelated to Christmas, am I right? I'm such a fucking mess. Okay, so the topic of today's video is gonna be symptoms of DID and it's just how much they fucking suck. As much as I like to preach how DID is okay, it fucking sucks sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. And the thing is, DID is comorbid with quite a lot of sort of disorders like PTSD, BPD, things like that. And not even just PTSD, CPTSD, I hope I said that right, which means complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which comes from repetitive traumatic events, except instead of one traumatic event. It's so very complicated. But the thing is, if you've ever read up on the symptoms of BPD or PTSD, you basically get all of those with DID. It's like a package deal. You get 3 for the price of childhood trauma. And basically, the thing is, the DID has its own sort of symptoms, you know. Alters, that's one of them. You also get frequent headaches. It's horrible because there are people in your brain and it does brain things and oh my god, it's just so annoying. I can't tell you how many times I had to skip school because I just got like a headache of migraine, and it was just because of DID, and I couldn't tell anyone, and I was like, it's just a migraine, don't worry. And my mum was like, I am slightly worried. I think she thought it was just the migraines that went in our family, but you know. Anyway, apart from that, you know, you get things like panic attacks and like fucking hypervigilance. That's one, because that's one that comes with PTSD. I know I'm incredibly hypervigilant. Let's think. Thinking. Nightmares. Oh my god, nightmares. Nightmares fucking suck. Oh, they are bad. And sometimes they're like trauma nightmares, and sometimes they're just completely unrelated, but still fucking suck. You get things like that. You get some people get age regression. I know I do sometimes, and sometimes it's not a good thing. Sometimes I age regress to cope, and sometimes I age regress because I'm fucking panicking and my brain's like, I guess you're 7 now. And I'm like, that's how it be. It's things like that. It's just, separation issues. I have a lot of those because I got separated from my mother a lot, and it fucked with me. And that's the thing that happens. You could get symptoms of BPD, like frequent splitting, aka going from loving someone to hating someone in the matter of a second. Let's think, you can get sort of attached to a person more than you normally get attached to a person. I know some people call them favourite persons or FPs, but I've heard that some people don't like that sort of phrase because it could promote not healing, maybe. I don't know, I can't remember. My brain is... Bad memory, that's another one. You should look at me, I have the world's worst memory. Can't even remember what I did yesterday. Although, to be fair, I wasn't fronting yesterday, so I think that's fair. Dissociative amnesia. Amnesia that is caused by DID, basically. Like, sometimes I won't have great communication with an alter, and they might front, and then I'll come back and I won't remember anything. And the only way I'll know I've ever had amnesia if something is wrong. Like, I remember I got amnesia recently, and the only reason I could tell was because my phone had died. And I was like, that wasn't dead when I was here. And when I charged it up, it had been 2 hours later, and I was like, huh. Yeah, that fucking sucks. You just get amnesia all over the place. It's really kind of sucky. Bad communication. That's another one. When your communication sucks, follow me. When your communication sucks, fucking everything can go really down the fucking drain. And fucking just, there's so many things you have to be so acutely aware of, and it just kind of sucks. There are so many symptoms that I can't really list them. You should go look at things like PTSD, because most people with DID also have PTSD. If you look at a list of PTSD symptoms, it's most likely that people with DID suffer from them. The same with BPD. Not everyone with DID has BPD, but it's most likely. Because they're just things that are comorbid. A comorbid disorder is a disorder that is comorbid. That's the best I can really describe it. I just go to someone else's video to describe what comorbidity is. It's a hard word. But fucking I don't know, it's things like that. It just really sucks. You know what else sucks? Coming back with an alter who's got like a panic sort of thing. Like what? What gets very panicked and what does this a lot and scratches a lot and is very anxious, and I'll come back and like my arm will just be like in agony because what's just been doing that for ages. And I can't blame what, because I mean I do that too. But just like I'll come back and my arm will just be like agony, and I'll just know that like an alter that does that has been here. There are alters like Fabian who go on massive walks and I'll front after them and all of my legs will be numb. I say all of my legs like I have more than two. I'll keep you updated on that one. But my legs will just be burning and I'll have to like rest for ages. And I don't see a problem with that. I mean, Fabian has a fucking limp, but like he still fucking powers on, and the second I try to walk, I'm just dead. Liddell does that too. Liddell's a sucker for that. Liddell will go on a walk for about 3 hours and not see a problem with it because Liddell likes nature. And like I go on a walk for 1 hour and I'm like, wow, I'm tuckered out. It's time to sleep for about 16 hours. Sleep, that's another thing. My alters sleep differently as well. It's anything a different person would do to you, an alter probably does. I have Silver. Silver sleeps on our front. That fucking hurts. I have an alter who sleeps, I think it's Winter. I think Winter sleeps on our back. That fucking hurts. I actually can't sleep on my back because if I sleep on my back I can't breathe, and that would probably kill me. But it's just things like that. It's like little things that just yeah, basically. So DID isn't like this fun fucking road trip. Like it can be okay once you work out all the little sort of problems, once you've got your communication to be sort of pretty good, and you know your switches don't leave you with headaches that last about 7 years, and you're not dissociating every second of the day like someone. It can become pretty easy, and when you've worked through your problems with things like your traumatic memories or things like that, you know, it becomes easier to handle, but it doesn't go away. Things like this don't just magically go away overnight. Actually, DID doesn't go away, ever. Even if you fully integrated, your brain still has DID, and enough stress can cause a new alter to split off like that, or even an existing alter to sort of unintegrate, I believe. I believe that can happen. Don't quote me. I think I saw that on the Entropy Systems blog. They answered a question that said an alter can unintegrate if the stress that, well, split them off happens again. But like, you can't really get rid of DID, and I think that's a misconception a lot of people have. I know a lot of people think you can suppress them with like medicines and like, what's the point? But yeah, it's pretty fucking messy. And yeah, it kind of sucks sometimes because I just sort of, as much as I love my alters, don't get me wrong, they've helped me through a lot of life, and they've helped me through traumatic events that if I was alone I'd probably cry over about every day. I still do, but you know. But like, the amount of pain I go through, not just because of them, but because of what happened to me, it just sort of, it feels like a fucking double-bladed knife, you know? You got that end and you got that end, and they're both fucking painful. So yeah, symptoms of DID, they're great fun.